Well, I see the universities and the government as letting down actually students by not resolving this. This is a failure of the government and of the Universities UK to not get round the table. They know these issues have been there, especially around the pensions. This has been going on a long time, and actually their failure has led to people having to take this industrial action. It's a long time for people to be on industrial action. It means they lose a hell of a lot of pay, and these people are not paid a lot anyway. So actually I think the main thing for me is that it's important that the government and Universities UK get back round the table and solve this issue so that students aren't ripped off and that their tutors and the people that work in universities are treated decently and fairly. That's all they're asking for.
Along with the pensions issue, another key issue for strikers today is the casualisation problem, specifically with lecturers lower down the pay grade. Where do you see that going in the next few years? The demands are to end mass casualisation, but the universities aren't really budging.
Well, they have to, and I think this is systematic of the marketisation of our education system. Actually, what we need to get back to is a fundamental review of what is education about. It's about skilling the economy.
Do we need free education?
I think we need free education. You would get free education if it was a Labour government. My National Education Service would deliver that. But the marketisation and the fragmentation of the system means that it's all about profit and the top end, and therefore stripping out terms and conditions for staff is another way of making more profit. And everyone loses out as a result of that, because the professors can't afford to live, and therefore they're insecure and can't work in that sector. So we've got to make sure people are paid decent amounts of money.
Last question: the Conservative government and Universities UK say that more money is in the system now than ever before, and that kind of these plans to wholly free up education, as was previously 20 years ago, are just fiscally impossible. What would you have to say to that?
That's an absolute rubbish. I mean, the money that's going into the education system, there's still cuts within that system. At a time when we're leaving the European Union, at a time when we're looking outwards on how we can look at the new economies of the future. So my aspiration is that people can go to university, technical colleges, further education, and get the skills we require to build the new technologies to save our planet. We know climate change is a real issue for us. This government's got no aspiration whatsoever to play its role globally in making sure that we have the skills in our economy, and they're cutting, and that means that they're cutting aspiration and cutting opportunity for people here in the UK and overseas students that come here and prop up our education system from really making that aspiration and solving the world's crises that we face at the moment. Britain's always played a role in solving crises throughout our history, and we've always been international about that. We should do that again. We should be looking at the climate change situation. We should be investing in our best asset, and that's our people.